Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the Apfc Bantamweight division, sponsored by Third Coast's T-shirt. And your referee in charge is Rob Hines. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing white trunks, he stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. Official weight, 136.3 pounds. Coming in tonight with a record, 2 victories with 2 defeats. Fighting out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Jeremy Strobel Jr. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing navy trunks, he stands at 5 feet 8 inches tall. Official weight, 133.4 pounds. He comes tonight with a record, 3 victories with 1 defeat. Fighting out of Hammond, Indiana, Alex Moore.
We've got Jeremy Strobel in the white, kind of grayish trunks with black trim. Alex Moore in the camouflage. And the camouflage trunks with the black trim, the camouflage board shorts, I should say. Touch of, oh, both fighters center, no touch of gloves. Start with the teep by Alex Moore.
Moore, being the hometown fighter, has a great support system here. All you hear is more coming from Moore's side of the arena here.
Strobel circling.
Strobel doing a good job throwing the feints here. Looks to maybe style and profile on his feet. However, Moore getting right to that takedown, wasting no time.
Strobel, very young, 23 years of age. It's something that you got to take advantage of if you're Alex Moore. Strobel, takedown of his own. Alex Moore now on bottom.
Great job of Moore making the adjustment off of that body lock, using the outside leg to scoop his opponent down to the mat.
Moore, a purple belt. Ooh, in full mount. Strobel is in full mount, raining down punches on top of Moore. Strobel continuing to be active.
Strobel used that shoulder pressure that he had on his right side to establish position and then create a space to throw those punches. Really taking his time looking for the openings here, Strobel on top.
Moore continuing to maintain his position while trying to mount some offense, trapping the arm of Moore. And once again, Strobel is throwing punches against Alex Moore.
Great advance there by Strobel, using his the punches there to pepper and then advance here, possibly into a side guard. Maybe he's going to settle here in the half. Almost a gift wrap position.
Full mount. Oh, nope, not yet.
Strobel just taking his time. Every time he gets an opening, throwing a strike. Moving, strike, moving, strike. I like it.
Strobel maintaining his position on top, peppering down punches on Alex Moore. Got 1 minute left in this first round.
Moore doing a good job of not remaining flat. Even though he's on his back, he's getting to a side, getting to a hip, you know, tying up Strobel's arm when he can. He has a good foundation on his back here to protect himself.
Strobel continuing his activity, now in guard, raining down punches on top of Moore.
Strobel just getting vicious there, just framing on the face of Moore, looking for those strikes.
Hammer fist, heavy hammer fist by Strobel.
Picking his shots, and every shot he
Strobel
throws.
is landing heavy punches, and Moore is in trouble. Covering up his Moore. Strobel is continuing to rain down punches.
False call on my behalf there, but he was maybe a punch or two away from this being over.
Strobel's going for the finish. He's looking for the finish, and we've got 10 seconds left in his first round. Heavy punches once again by Strobel.
Those punches weighing on Moore there. I'm excited to see, you know, going into the second round, how that affects him.
End of the first round, quick to his feet is Jeremy Strobel. Not breathing hard whatsoever.
Strobel doing a good job here, attacking that hand so Moore can't defend his strikes. Using his left hand to block the hands, using his right hand to throw thunder. And when I say he's throwing thunder, that was heat coming from each and every shot there from Strobel.
We've got Strobel in the clinch. Once again, looking for that takedown with a trip of Alex Moore.
And once Strobel got Moore to the ground here, that was pretty much it as far as that first round is concerned. Landing the ground and pound, controlling them. Definitely one in the pocket.
You got Steve Cologne giving the last-minute instructions to Alex Moore. Chris Wright on the other side with Jeremy Strobel. And we're going to start round number 2. Rob Hines is our third man in the ring. Rob Hines has got about almost 20 years of referee experience. I'd say probably more than that, actually. Both fighters, center ring. Moore, ooh, heavy punch by Moore.
Coming right into getting that takedown and taking Strobel's back. We almost saw a bit of this in the first round, though Strobel was able to recover as he is here, lands on the top position.
Moore almost going for broke, trying to get that back position, and just a little, Strobel was a little too slippery for Moore to hang on to.
Now we saw last time Strobel did a good job of getting hand control here on top and landing strikes.
Strobel once again on top within earshot of his own corner.
Good job by Strobel framing on the shoulders of Moore, which allowed him to posture up. I think Strobel knows what's been working, and he wants to get back to that. Building his posture, landing those strikes. Building the posture, landing those strikes.
Ooh, heavy right hand punch by Strobel. Connects under the face of Moore. He's got a lot of success with his offensive arsenal, Jeremy Strobel.
And that's the thing here with Strobel being on top. You know, he's not just on top throwing punches. He's being very precise on how he builds his frame to get in the position to punch, and that's why his punches are so effective on top.
Strobel once again top position. Close guard.
Framing off of the face here.
By Alex Moore.
And just peppering on top. Moore not very active on the bottom here. You know, just kind of.
He's got close guard. We're coming about a minute 20 left in his second round. Covering the mouth, heavy left-right punch by Strobel.
I was just going to say that you can tell Strobel's been spending some time in the gym with Duke Rufus, man. The old school techniques, framing off of the shoulder, covering the mouth, man.
Ooh, heavy left punch. Again, left punch, finds its mark.
Very fundamental in his approach towards his ground and pound with Strobel here.
Strobel, once again, top position, covering the mouth of Alex Moore. We're coming up to about 40 seconds left in his second round.
Moore throwing a few punches off of his back. However, I think he should focus more on just getting out of that bottom position there. If I'm not mistaken, Moore seemed to have been talking to Strobel for a second there off of his back, perhaps maybe trying to throw him off of his game.
Moore surviving. We're not seeing much offense from the bottom. It seems he's waning a little bit, and Strobel he's not bending.
Yeah, he took a lot of damage towards the end of that first round, and I was curious to see how it's going to carry over. It seems like Moore is just in this fight to be in this fight at the point.
At times, like you can see somebody with a high output, they'll bend a little bit once they hit, you know, a certain amount of cardio, expenditure. Strobel doesn't seem to be that person. In fact, his corner is not even bringing the stool in between rounds.
Well, that's a testament to his technique and how precise he is with his striking. Here we see a lot of him framing off of his opponent before he throws strike, not just taking the time and wailing and throwing shots, covering the mouth, pushing off. Like, it's very effective, and those things are the key to him on his top game.
Like you said, more surviving. Strobel just doesn't seem to be slowing down. It's kind of like a train going down a hill. He's comfortable with his pace, and it's something that he's, obviously very, very prepared for.
Very much so, man. I'm impressed by Strobel. Like I said,
Strobel's got to find a finish, though. Like at this level, with this type of difference between skill at this moment in the fight, Strobel's got to find a finish.
Very much so, and I mean, we saw glimpses of it in the first round, so if he can maybe get back to where he was there, I don't see why not in this third round.
In Moore being a purple belt, it's not going to be something easy to do on the ground.
Very much so. Moore has been doing a great job of
defending,
protecting himself in the guard.
Touch of gloves. Both fighters, center cage, kick, and right into a clinch is Alex Moore, and a trip and takedown by Jeremy Strobel.
Now here we go, Strobel back here in the guard, half guard position, using that shoulder there to control and pinch and pin Moore to the mat.
Strobel once again on top, peppering down peppering punches to Alex Moore, looking at his corner for direction.
Now we saw Strobel, he spent most of this fight on top, and as you were just saying, he should get a finish here. Let's look for the finish. Maybe advancing out of half guard could be better for him. Maybe he'd have a higher percentage chance of finishing in a mount position.
Continuing to work, here's Jeremy Strobel. Jeremy does a really good job of freeing up his arms, and he's not getting real heavy punches, but he's getting a lot of volume.
Very much so, man, and very technical in his approach towards his ground and pound.
Another left-right punch by Strobel from the top position, and Jeremy Strobel's in the mount right now.
Now we're here in this mount position. Now this is where we look to conclude here. Strobel knows he has the back, staying behind the arms, correcting his position, maybe look to flatten Moore out here.
Moore is trying everything he can to find a different position, and Strobel is always just seems to have the answer for whatever it is that's being thrown his way.
Back here in the back position, we have Strobel.
Jeremy Strobel on top with Alex Moore. Strobel once again finding his way on top.
Here in half guard, we got Strobel just peppering with that left hand. At this juncture of the fight, I mean, Moore seems to be defeated. He has to pull something big out of his pocket here.
Strobel is showing a lot of activity, and he's very young in his career. But it's instances like this where I'm not saying take a risk, but he's got to find a finish. Like, if you want to get to the big show, you've got to find a finish.
You know, this is fighting, this is mixed martial arts, but it's also show business
100%.
too. You know, you're on a stage like Apfc, UFC Fight Pass. What better stage to get a big, exciting finish?
And it's a flawless performance.
Very much so. That's not a testament to his technique and his approach at all.
It's absolutely flawless. Like, he has been absolutely perfect. Heavy barrage of punches by Strobel. I mean, he's been absolutely flawless. Every step of the way, he's been just one ahead of Alex Moore. And Alex Moore, to his credit, he survived, man. He's 38 years old, a purple belt, and he...
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges scored the contest 30-27, 30-27, and 30-26, all for your winner by unanimous decision, Jeremy Strobel Jr.
Jeremy Strobel, dominant performance, moves his record up to 3-2 unanimous decision.